This man is the God Kali of independent comedy in Montreal, responsible for BMOT, the Dirty Comedy Show, and the No Damn Good Show. Give it up for Halifax's Paul!
Everybody happy? Yeah! Doug Stanhope on this fucking stage a little late tonight. I'm ecstatic. I'm drinking water though. I am a recovering alcoholic. What that means is I've hidden some drinks around the room. I'll be recovering them later. You know, Doug did a show in Toronto last night. Last time I played Toronto, I probably had to because that's where they keep the money. I went down there and afterwards I was hanging out with some of the comics and it was, you know, some young ladies came out and hung out with us and it was cool, it was flattering. But I got one of these and one of them got a little too touchy-feely with me. I said, did you not see my act? Did you not see me say that I'm married and happily so? And she turned to me, she goes, married cock tastes better. Could you tell my wife? Apparently when we got married, she thought the flavor went off. And it's sort of weird. Mike Ward is also on the show. Fuck, give it up for Mike Ward. Mike had a little trouble with death threats about a year and a half ago, and about 2 years ago, I had trouble with death threats. I don't know if you guys had heard about this. It covered the papers across the country. I had just moved back into Montreal, and I got in trouble. I did a joke. Some people didn't like it, and they threatened to firebomb a show I do. So, feel safe. And you know, the comics across the country go, man, you don't want to have to listen to these people. You know, that's just bullshit. Those kind of retards. I mean, you can't call them retards. What you got to call them is white supremacist separatists. That's who they are. And like, I thought the joke was sort of on their side. Like, I had just moved back into Quebec, and we don't celebrate Canada Day. We celebrate Saint Jean de Baptiste Day, you know, the Quebec national holiday. And it bugged me at first, but then I actually enjoyed myself. I thought it was a great party, because I finally realized it's just one day. We give secretaries one day. Black people get a month. In China, they actually give a whole year to dragons. What that probably means is more people on this planet believe dragons are real than believe Quebec's a nation. Some of you guys get a little uptight when I said black people get a month. Black people know they get a month. It's called Black History Month. I guess by default that means there's 11 other months of the year that are White History Month. And they're all longer. Black History Month is February. It's the shortest month of the year. It's in the middle of fucking winter. Right? How many black people do you know like winter? What a fucking shaft that is. If we take a look at the histories of cultures and civilizations on this planet, we should have, I don't know, I have 7 months of Black History Month. 3 months of Asian History Month, 2 months of South American History Month, have 1 month of White History Month, and then smack dab in the middle on that on the 15th have Forgive Me for Hitler Day. Oh. The guys that get the most uptight with me though were the Pure Laine. Have you guys run into any Pure Laine? Oh my goodness. Clap if you're Pure Laine here. Woo! Oh fuck! This is great. I am a true Quebecer. I'm the real Quebecer. I'm original Quebecer. Oh, so you're like Aboriginal Canadians? Oh no no no! They don't count because we beat them at the war, huh? Oh, sort of like what Wolfe did to Montcalm on the Plains of Abraham. What? Oh, that's right. They don't teach you that in school here. Listen, by my books, if you pay taxes in Quebec, if you live in Quebec for 3 months, hell, if you just like strippers, you can call yourself a Quebecer. Fuck yeah! That's it, we're starting a revolution! You know, Montreal is my home. I was born elsewhere, but this is where I live and this is where I love. And it scares me when I travel for comedy because I go into weird places. Like going to a big city is kind of fine. I can distract myself, but I'm married. You go to a small town, you know, once you see the landmark and the good Tim Hortons, you're done. And recently I was up in Sudbury, and I stay in a lot of hotels, and I noticed that on the TV they got pay movies that you can watch that show dirty films. But a lot of these hotels also have free internet. Do they not understand what the World Wide Web is for? And you know, I had like 4 hours to showtime, so I had to amuse myself. And then I had, after I cleaned up, 3 hours and 50 minutes to kill. Now, I'm not saying I masturbate a lot, you know, while I travel, but, well, my wife is bad at phone sex. So, I was there and I was doing some reading on the internet, which is a dangerous thing to do. But I discovered something. Men have a G-spot. But there's a dirty trick. It's up the butt. Now, but the thing is, I've seen women have G-spot orgasms. Oh, fuck, yeah. You know, I've seen a lot. I consider myself an expert at amateur porn. Yeah. It's fantastic. You always see these hot girls just banging away at these, like, average guys. It kind of makes me wish I dealt crystal meth too. But I don't like the way that the amateur porn ends. It usually ends with the facial. That's just rude. That's like a hot, wet, sticky mess in the face in appreciation for a job well done. But as I said, I was in Sudbury and I had seen the nickel and the good Tim Hortons. And I had time to find a G-spot. And you can't just start out with a finger up the butt. Hey, dude, I just got on the elevator. No. You got to kind of warm yourself up. You play with your nipples. Tell yourself you're pretty. And then, you know, once you get some motion going here, you can begin to slowly slide the finger back to get in. For those of you who are taking note, I recommend you lick your finger first. So I've got this motion happening at this point in time, and I'm trying to go in. You're operating at 2 different speeds. That's a lot harder than trying to do those things. And I got into a certain level of uncomfortable. I was moving past that when I discovered I had a logistics problem. Because my hand was coming in like this, so I'm curving this way. But according to the internet, if I wanted to stroke my G-spot, I kind of had to go this way. So I had to, like, readjust everything and bring my hand around. And I'm going, this is a new level of uncomfortable. Because, you know, not only am I pounding down on top of the boys, I'm pushing up underneath them at the same time. As I'm trying to find the right spot, I'm going, this better be worth it. And it was, which is probably why I have those empathy for women who dislike the facials. It was there, all over my face, and I wanted to wipe it off my face, but it was also all over this hand. So I just went. And Dirty Sanchez to myself. I guess the moral of the story is, don't go to Sudbury.